Wonders, welcome back to our channel. So today we are going to do things nobody tells you about becoming a parent.
And labor and all the...
Yes, all the messy, frustrating things.
In between bits, between that ah and that ooh.
Yeah. It's very unscripted, we're just kind of going to go with the flow.
Yeah.
So without further ado...
Oh, we went the wrong way. Okay, So, for me, I think the biggest thing that nobody told me about, which is this is gonna sound stupid, they don't come out toddlers. I don't get to take her to the park and play with her when she's first born. You know, in your head you're like, oh, it'll be so beautiful and fun, and then she comes out and you're like,
what am I supposed to do?
What do I do with you? Like, so that's one. Yeah. Another good one is how tired breastfeeding makes you.
Yeah.
You do not even understand until you do it.
Yeah.
Like, you get sleepy. I was in the NICU trying to nurse, and I was literally like, and then the one time I fell asleep sitting in the chair, and I went, and the nurse was like, you okay? I'm like, yep, I'm good. Because it's so tiring.
Another thing that goes with breastfeeding is hungry.
Yeah.
When I breastfed Keegan, I was always hungry. I couldn't get enough of
food.
Yeah, like I just always wanted to eat, but at the same time, I wanted to lose the baby weight, so I was like conflicted with, do I eat this delicious triple-decker BLT or drink a bottle of water? Like, what do you do?
The BLT.
Yeah, pretty much.
I pretty much survived the first couple of weeks on Pop-Tarts.
Really?
Yeah, like it was bad. Like, I did not want anything but Pop-Tarts. Labor. I think we should talk labor.
Yes, okay.
Or should we talk pregnancy?
I don't really remember. Okay, yeah, let's do pregnancy, but
So, something they don't tell you about being pregnant. You're going to have bodily fluids and smells that you have never thought your body could create.
Yeah.
Like, I farted like a man. Like, so bad, it would clear a room. And then, you know you're gonna stink, and you're in the middle of Walmart shopping, and you're like, oh my god, I have to fart. And you would have to run with your belly to the washroom just so you could fart in private. Because that's pregnancy for you.
Something else they may not tell you, but other people will make very evident. You do, near the end of your pregnancy, get the pregnancy waddle. Dan always said that to me. I'd be walking in front of him and be like, oh, you're waddling. It's like, I'm walking. It's like, no, you're waddling.
You were massive though. Like, I didn't have, I'm sorry, but you looked like you had a balloon in you. Like, yeah.
TMI, but near the end of your pregnancy, depending on how much like baby weight you've gained, sex becomes very awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and
unnecessary.
Non-existent.
If you haven't had a kid, I mean, you're not gonna want one by the end of this video because it's
Shaving.
Oh my.
Almost impossible. It was for me anyways.
Oh,
I mean, I was literally like, what? I was all baby, so I was like out to there.
Yeah. I had meltdowns. Like, I cried in the shower because I couldn't breathe. Mm-hmm. And I was worried because I was squishing, like, let's just talk about shaving your lady bits. I felt like I was swooshing her, trying to
like get these nice, soft legs.
Well, I wasn't talking about legs. I was talking about other bits. But trying to shave because, you know, you have an OB appointment, or I had to go for a
That was the worst.
Yes, and then you know you're gonna have a baby in the next couple weeks. You gotta shave all the time, and you're like in there like, like, is it almost over? Like, there was a time at the end of my pregnancy when I knew I was gonna be induced, and I cried, and I was like, Ryan, I need you. Like, I need you to do it. I can't do it. I can't see if it looks right. I can't even see my legs most of the time. Like, and he never ended up doing it because I just couldn't get the guts to be like,
I'm pretty sure I asked Dan for help one time too, but I was like, eh.
Yeah, it is so difficult. Like, take some duct tape, strap a beach ball to your waist, and then come talk to me about how hard it is for you to shave your legs when you're not pregnant, because it is
When you are pregnant.
When you are pregnant. That's where I'm going.
On that note, your memory.
shot.
Yep.
Gone.
You literally, you have mom brain. You forget things, you get things mixed up and confused.
It is worse once the baby's there.
Yeah.
Like even now, Sophia's 8 months, and I literally forget where I'm going halfway there.
Well, they say your brain shrinks up to like 75% or something when you're pregnant, and it doesn't, it takes a year for your brain to...
Well, you should be good then. I'm just screwed.
Well, no, because I had Maya, and my brain's, you know, trying to get back to its smart self, and then boom, I'm pregnant with Keegan. So I didn't even have that recovery time.
You're stupid now. Like you're done.
I used to be so on the ball with stuff, and now it's like, oh, right, shit, Keegan had his doctor's appointment today. Should reschedule. So nobody tells you how much labor is actually going to hurt.
See, I didn't really truly feel labor. I felt like little bits. Like, I mean, when they started the induction process, I was like, oh, I'm crampy. After I had Sophia, I had really bad back labor, or what is that? Is it like after birth?
After birth pains.
Yeah, and it was so bad they actually had to give me an oxy because I couldn't breathe. But I don't actually know what contractions feel like.
Well, let me tell you, I was fine until 7.5 centimeters, and I'm not even exaggerating. It felt like someone was cutting me in half with a saw. Like, there is no other way to explain it. I've never wanted to, like, grab my stomach, and you know, like, when your arm hurts, you, like, you know, like, oh, you
You're
try
like,
and mask. There was nothing I could do that remotely made me feel, they're like, oh, well, roll over on your side, and it's like, are you, the hell is that gonna do? Like, I was screaming and crying, and I didn't want to move, and thank God for epidural.
The other thing they don't tell you about labor is that people, doctors, nurses, everything is going to be pretty much elbow deep in you. Like, oh, the one doctor was like, oh, I can tap her on the head. I'm like, ugh!
Another thing they don't tell you is when your water breaks, or when they break your water, I don't know about you, but it really does smell awful. Like, the reason I was so big, my pregnancies, is because they said I had an insane amount of,
Fluid.
Yeah, fluid.
Amniotic fluid or whatever.
Thank God my waters never broke when I was, like, out in public, because they would break my water, and they'd be like, oh, she's just a-coming, and then they would, like, clean me up and put a new thing under me, and every contraction, it just, like, poured. It was awful, and they're like, that's part of the reason you gained, like, so much weight all in your stomach, because there was nowhere else for this fluid. I mean, it could have gone, I could have swelled up in other places. Thank God it didn't. But it didn't stop until they were born. It was awful. Some women
poop.
Yeah,
And the doctor will probably tell you, you pooped. You don't need to tell us, we probably know.
Yeah, we know.
It's embarrassing enough. You don't need to make us more aware of how our bowels work.
And something we both experienced after having our children, the placenta just kind of hangs out with you on the little metal table.
We should have named it like...
A couple hours, you can just, you know, it's there. You will, TMI, sorry, but you are going to bleed insanely for a good 4 to 6 weeks, maybe longer.
I didn't. I bled for a week.
That's fuck off.
Yeah, I bled for a week.
Fuck off.
Yeah. They're probably going to stitch you.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they are going to rip you in places.
I didn't. I ripped less than a centimeter, and she basically put 1 stitch in and it fell out within 3 days.
Well, I couldn't walk for a week, so...
Having a baby is not pretty.
It's worth it.
Somebody said, I've heard people say it's like the most beautiful thing to have a life brought in. What are you watching?
Disgusting.
What, like, she's beautiful. Yeah. Yep, he's beautiful.
Bringing her in isn't that beautiful.
I don't even have words. It's just like...
It always makes me think of Sheldon Cooper when he talks about, like, I don't know if you ever saw that episode where his sister had a baby. And he's like, what an unsanitary way to bring new life into this world.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Things they don't tell you about after your baby's here. You most likely will not sleep, ever. And if you do get a chance to sleep, you're going to be too worried about your new baby that you're not going to sleep. If you weren't a coffee drinker before you had kids, you will be a coffee drinker after you have kids.
They don't tell you how many times you're going to have poop on your hands.
Mm-hmm. Under your fingernails. You're going to get peed on.
Oh, peed on so often.
Especially if you have a boy.
Yeah. Can you tell I'm literally tired from talking about that? Like, I am like Well, it's nap time now. I mean, let's just end it. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we hope you like this video. If you had something gross happen to you,
Leave it down below.
when you were pregnant or giving birth, leave it down below, because, I mean, we all like to share our horror stories. So, see you in the next video, guys. Bye.